We are on the air. Greetings, everyone, wherever you are, whenever you are, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where this evening the Baltimore Orioles will be taking on the Cincinnati Reds in the second game of a three-game series at Great American Ballpark. How you doing tonight, everybody? It's your old pal Steve here. A.K.A. the BirdWatcher, or BW for short, whatever you want to call me. Happy to have you folks back for another game of Orioles baseball. And for those that are new to the channel, let me say hi to you and let you know what this is all about. It looks like I have the time because the Reds are going to begin with a rain delay for the second night straight. Yeah, I started up this channel in the spring of this 2024 season, and since opening day, it's been taken off. What is the expression? It's flying off the shelves. It's selling like hotcakes. I don't know. It's doing great. It's letting me know that a channel like this was needed. Basically, I live over on the other side of the planet, about as far away from Baltimore as you can possibly get, and living way out here. Don't have a whole lot of Oriole fans to chat with. And, I also understand a lot of people don't have a way to watch the game, even if you're living right there in Maryland. So whether you can't watch it or you can't listen to it on the radio, or if you just like to maybe interact with some folks while the game is on, this is the place to do it. I'll be doing play-by-play and commentary, and we have the Charm City chat here. Hey, Janet, how you doing, hun? And, so check it out. Give it a chance. Of course, we're going to have apparently about a half-hour delay for tonight's game. But, if you like it, once we get started, you can go ahead and hit that like button, help out the channel. It's a little thumb right below the screen you're looking at. And think about subscribing as well. The channel's growing fantastic. Last night, boy, oh boy, what a great turnout. Lots of people, lots of new bird watchers joining the community. Great success. Orioles win, shutout, the whole thing, the whole 9 yards. So, and that was after, a 2-hour and, 20-minute rain delay, something around there. So some things are just worth waiting for, and your boy, the bird watcher, will wait, okay? He's already been through a 5-hour rain delay when we played the Royals in that last game at home in the first week of the season. So, I guess I'm not in too much of a rush then. What shall we talk about? I guess let me go ahead and say hi to who's in chat already. Like Baxter. Greetings, Baxter. The Book Doc. Hello. I like that the Reds start a lineup with 5 bats at the Mendoza line. Yeah, I was talking about that last night. This is a very weak Reds lineup, and they've only made one change from last night. Jake Fraley, who was in right field, a left-handed bat, is replaced by Will Benson, who will be in right field, a left-handed bat. Benson pinch hit last night to no avail. It was the Elly De La Cruz show and nothing else. 2 hits surrendered by Cole Irvin. And here, what a great place to start. Yes, I just said I'd go through chat and say hi to everybody, but while I got this on my mind, folks, I didn't realize it in the moment after Cole Irvin had finished off yet another fantastic performance. But yes, the man is currently on a streak of 20 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings. 20 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings. Do you remember how Cole Irvin was sort of the fifth wheel in the rotation, or however you want to put it? Well, guess what? His ERA now is just .15 below Corbin Burns. He's got the second best ERA in the rotation, the second best whip in the rotation. And outside of just a couple of relievers where, they're only pitching a fraction of the innings, so it's a little tougher to gauge, there's only a couple of guys with better ERAs in the pen. Cole Irvin, sitting here, 32 games into the season, is the second best pitcher on the staff. At least that's what the numbers are saying. So that's something. We got John Means tonight. So there's another thing to bring up. We had a Bradish opening day just a couple of days ago, and now we got a means opening day tonight. And boy, I got to tell you what. Here's another thing I want to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. I'm glad we got a delay. Because I heard a little rumor about last night's delay. Because this delay apparently has something to do with impending weather. Well, if it's impending, why the already announcement of when first pitch is? Doesn't sound like anything's impending. If it's impending, it has yet to come. That's what impending means. It feels like they're trying to do some trickery. Because what I heard last night was that they delayed the game way long because they were worried that if they started the game on time that there would be some weather that would come in and cause a delay within the game. They didn't think it would get washed out. They just thought it'd be a situation where potentially their ace, Hunter Green, after say 2 or 3 innings of pitching, suddenly there's a rain delay and then, well, now we can't throw him back out there. So they and this is a rumor, but I've heard this sort of bandied about. It's not just one weirdo out there. That's why they delayed it for so long. Well, it didn't pay off for them. If anything, it made Cole Irvin look as good as he ever has. The guy gave up 2 hits to Elly De La Cruz, and that's it. So I don't know if there's any truth to that, but the fact that we're delayed a half an hour for impending weather, what does that even mean? Does the home team control the rain delay, or does MLB? I think there's a little. The umpires actually have a lot to say in it. The umpires actually sort of trump everybody, but I think there's a little bit of sort of negotiations with the home team when it comes to an impending weather situation. Well, yeah, I mean you can say that. Hey there, Seeley. All right, well. Let me give a chance here to go through chat. Seeley, how you doing? Narniak, what's up? David, good to have you again. If it's on the internet, it's definitely true. Bird fan, how you doing? Isaac, hello. Rob, anyone watching UFC right now? Not me. Aaron, how you doing? What up, my boy? Feeling another win today? Well, I've already got my hat on. I'm surprised nobody has said anything yet. Steve, why do you already have your hat on? Like I've said before, folks, I wear my hat when the mood strikes. And the mood struck early this morning after I took a shower and dried my hair, looked at myself in the mirror and said, "Good Lord, Steve, your hair is incredibly limp looking and lifeless today." So I put on the hat. All right, I got a cup of coffee. What are we going to do? May the 4th. Is it May the 4th? Yes, may the 4th be with you, everyone. Oh, God. What a great gimmicky marketing day it is. I wonder how long it took for May the 4th. I remember it becoming a thing, I don't know, maybe right around when the, episodes 1, 2, and 3, like 1999, 2001, 2003. Was that when those 3 came out? I feel like that's right around when the whole May the 4th. It definitely wasn't a thing during the original run of Star Wars or that giant gap between Return of the Jedi and Phantom Menace. Those that 16-year layoff. I don't remember anybody talking about May the 4th be with you. But yeah, May the 4th be with everybody, okay? Long live George Lucas. May he forever swim around in his cash like Scrooge McDuck. The White Sox Cards game is in a rain delay in the bottom of the 10th with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Wow, what a moment to have to go into a delay. Oakland's got rain. Philly's got rain. The hat was indeed lucky you didn't fall in the shower. Yeah, you never know. There's a long... I'm just getting the morning started with the hat on, but, Man, we got some superstitious baseball fans. I mean, that's... No other sport has a ratio of superstitious fans to regular fans like baseball, and I love it. I'm a superstitious guy too. I like to be very logical about things, but for some reason when it comes to baseball, it just feels like there's some voodoo involved. I don't know. We call it magic here in Charm City, but let's be honest, it might be voodoo. It might be some dark magic. There might be some satanic panic going on in the background. I don't know. How do the Marlins have 2 World Series rings? What kind of Illuminati result is that? Is it too early to say no-hitter? Well, I tell you what, Seeley, if Elly De La Cruz wasn't in the lineup last night, Cole Irvin might have had a no-hitter. They took him out of the ballgame only on like 70 pitches. He could have gone another inning. And if he was still hitless after that, Brandon High might have been like, well, shoot, go for it. What a story that would be. Oh, boy. Well, all right, I guess I'll go over the lineups. I mean, we're killing time. So apparently 19 minutes till broadcast, 24 minutes till first pitch. I can kill that. I've killed hours. I can do this. So, yeah, your matchup tonight is John Means. Southpaw on the mound as well for the Reds. Andrew Abbott. Let's take a look at Abbott's numbers here. 3.27 ERA. So far this season, he's made 6 starts, 33 innings, giving up 26 hits, 11 walks, 27 strikeouts, 5 home runs. It's not bad. He's not lights out, and he's not garbage. I'd probably put him somewhere in that Dean Kramer zone right now. Like a lefty Dean Kramer in terms of effectiveness, I'd say. I don't know. I'm just coming up with the easiest comp I can, naming an Oriole pitcher. BirdWatcher. I shared 3 videos on the Discord of Marty Bass interviewing the lady who started the O's chant during the national anthem. Nice. Well, Bass, I'll definitely take a look at that. Man, who was there any better morning team on the news than Don Scott and Marty Bass? I mean, are they still around? I mean, I've been away from Maryland for so long. I don't even know what's around anymore. I mean, I feel like I'm going to hear bad news that one of the two isn't even with us anymore. I hope not. I hope they are. Feels like a Gunner and Adley go ham tonight. What's ham? Help me out. I'm terrible with acronyms. I think you'll find it amazing if you haven't seen. Well, I'm sure. I always get I get a lot of nostalgia watching Don Scott and Marty Bass. Don retired. Have you told the story of how you fell in love with the Orioles? If so, I missed it. Okay, let's go with that. All right, folks, listen up. Your boy was born in 1977. The 83 World Series, I turned 6 that summer. I was too young to know or understand anything about baseball. And I grew up with a family that really didn't care for baseball. It wasn't really bandied about the house. Football was. I was well versed in football already by that age, but not baseball. So my first taste of the Orioles was when we got cable and I got Home Team Sports, and I was able to start watching the Orioles with some sort of regularity. And that came in front of the infamous 1988 season. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to start following my Orioles. And folks, if you're an Oriole fan, even if you've only been one since, I don't know, the 90s or later, you're probably very familiar with the 1988 season, where we started 0-21. Now, it was about 10 days into the season where I'm watching my team lose every single game and going, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? Like, do they not want me to be a fan? And then as the streak continued, it turned from a local story into a national story. They became a national joke. And that hit your boy. It hit your boy somewhere real hard. Because, I grew up, a kid that, I wasn't really bullied that much, but, I was a chubby kid and I was smart. Like, I looked like the nerd that I was. And, I felt like one of those sort of outcast types. And I don't know. I just identified with these Orioles, these lovable losers that just couldn't find a way to win a game. And I was like, I'm going to stick with this team through this streak. I don't care. I'm with this team. It was their losing that made me fall in love with them. It's the weirdest damn thing. But while I was sitting there watching this 88 team struggle, I was eating up all the Orioles history and catching up with the franchise along the way. So while I'm sitting there watching that 88 team struggle, I was learning all about the glory days of Orioles baseball. So that grew my passion. And so it got me all ready after that season was over for the 1989 season. The Orioles come back. They've got a brand new uniform on. There just seemed to be a brand new attitude. And I felt that first tingle of spring optimism. You know what I'm talking about? Where no matter how bad your team is, when April comes around, you got that eternal optimism that maybe, just maybe, we've got a team here that can do something. And, of course, the 1989 Orioles, the why not team, the most special team in your boy's heart, the year I turned 12, the Stand By Me year. You know what I'm saying? That why not season, some of the games that we had in that, that Mike Devereaux home run through the foul pole against the Angels, Greg Olson coming up and striking out the side out west against the A's. He struck out Canseco, McGuire, and Henderson back to back to back. Dave Henderson, that is, not Ricky. Guys, all these guys, Davey Johnson getting called up, local boy, been just bouncing around the minors till he was like 30 years old, gets called up. Davey Johnson helps out the team. You got like Smoking Joe Orsulak. You got a young Brady Anderson doing his thing. Mickey Tettleton, still my favorite batting stance of all time. Nobody intimidates at the plate like Mickey Tettleton, standing upright, cradling that bat, and then just unleashing that swing. I emulated that swing as much as I possibly could. And folks, let me tell you something. Don't ever teach your kids to have a batting stance like Mickey Tettleton. All right? Some things work for some people, not for everybody. But yeah, that's it. Once that 89 season came in, your boy had absolutely gone berserk. I lived, ate, and breathed everything Baltimore Orioles from then on, all the way through the rest of middle school into high school. There was like a 6-7 year period. It was right up to where the Orioles were in that mid-90s area where they're going to the playoffs. That was when I was in college. And unfortunately, that's when your boy was starting to do some grown-up things and couldn't be the nerdy kid that was watching every game. I had to join some social circles and get some young adult experiences under my belt. I remember being out on a camping trip with friends during the ALCS against the Indians and having to listen on the radio that I brought with me that ninth inning where the Indians came back and won against us. And I remember feeling like it was my fault. It was my fault. Like if I'd been a real fan and didn't just go camping that weekend, maybe, just maybe, right? I felt the same about the 89 season when the Orioles were in first place nearly the entire summer, and then we had this terrible road trip out west in August where I think we went something like 2-11, and suddenly the Blue Jays had caught up with us. That was a 2-week period that was exactly the same 2 weeks that your boy was sent to a summer camp. So it was the only 2 weeks of the season that I couldn't watch baseball, and it was the worst 2 weeks for the Orioles. So, yeah, you talk about superstition. Your boy's had it since he was a little kid. All right? So there's the story. Your boy remembers heroes like Randy Milligan and Mickey Tettleton, Jeff Ballard, Pete Harnish, Steve Finley, Phil Bradley, Craig Worthington, Billy Ripken. That was my time. Orselek played on my softball team. Played outfield with him, and he could crush a softball. Man, Joe Orselek was so underrated. Great contact hitter. Solid fielder as well. Sandy and Roberto Alomar playing against each other. Oh yeah, I love it when brothers go up against each other. My dad has always been a fan because the Orioles had a farm team in Aberdeen. Right. I followed with him, and Cal Ripken has always been my favorite player. Love the Iron Man. Yeah, what's not to love, folks? If you grew up in the era of Cal Ripken Jr., and you were an Oriole fan, how could you not look to him as your idol? How could you not look to him as like, this is the person I want to like mold, the way I do things? Very lucky to be able to grow up watching Cal Ripken Jr. Never got to meet him. I met Billy at an autograph signing, one of those convention types, baseball cards and what have you. And I think I walked up to Billy and asked him about that 1988 Fleer card. And I was only like 12 at the time. And he said something to the thing of like, ask me again in 6 years or something. Ah, boy. Dropping the classic names, good memories. Yeah, oh yeah, Kurt Schilling, don't forget to. Oh, don't bring up the Glenn Davis trade, please. I mean, you want to talk about. All I can say about the Glenn Davis trade is that I guess that sort of balances out how we got Frank Robinson back in '66. Like, honestly, we stole a legend away from the Reds, and we didn't throw back too much in return. And all he did was give us a triple crown. But yeah, the Glenn Davis thing. Oof. Just what in the world? I mean, I just don't think that would have happened today, Narniak. I can't remember what Glenn Davis's issue was. Was it his back? Whatever the injury that clearly he had already had when he signed with us. That's where the screw up was like whatever the, all these athletes, whenever they are about to start with a team, sign a new contract, they all got to go through a physical. Well, whoever administered the physical for Glenn Davis, that's the real enemy. Because they weren't able to find what was wrong with him, and there was already something wrong with him. We don't seem to have too much luck with guys named Davis and big contracts. Hey there, Daniel. How you doing? Happy Saturday to you. Folks, we are potentially 10 to 12 minutes away from starting the ball game. Half-hour rain delay. And now we're going to steal a win in a series from the Reds. Yeah, let's do it. Let's beat the team that gave us Frank. Let's beat the team we won our second ring from. Hey, the Cincinnati Reds, by the way, folks, I know they've had a lot of lean years lately, so maybe some younger people in the audience kind of look at them as one of those sort of Midwestern mediocre teams with maybe an exciting player like Elly comes along, but other than that, Hey, man, the Big Red Machine. I mean, Johnny Bench, Pete Rose. I mean, the Reds. Also, by the way, let's just throw this fact in. The very first organized baseball team, period. All right? They're the first. They're the first to go, yeah, let's make this a professional thing. Hey, how you doing, Ryan? Oh, Storm Davis. There's a decent Davis. I guess if we're ranking Davises, I'd put Storm at the top for now. I don't mean to pick on Chris. I mean, obviously he had a couple of really huge years for us. It's just unfortunate that the one time the Angeloses were saying, okay, we'll shell out the big bucks. We'll do it. Well, they picked exactly the wrong guy. Hey, my friend, how you doing? Hey, Cam, how are you? And the O's still paying Albert Bell's contract? I think we're finally done. I think he's no longer going to his mailbox every 2 weeks and getting a letter from the Orioles front office. Don't call him Joey, by the way. As you can see, the sun is coming up behind me. Maybe it would be a good idea for your boy to get a lucky in before things get going. How about I continue to talk to you while I enjoy a Lucky with my coffee? All right. All right. We are in the AMA stage of the rain delay. Folks, ask me anything. Steve, how do you keep such a wonderful physique? Or, something like that. I don't know. All right. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. No, I don't have a girlfriend, David. I'm too poor to have a girlfriend right now. A lot of lovely ladies out here, but they're not really down with dating broke foreigners. I've never really been the long-term relationship type anyway, so it's not too big of a deal for me. I pretty much decide, you know what, I'm just, I understand that, yeah, I got an engaging personality. I can make for a decent relationship, but over a long term, eventually, I'm just going to find a way to self-destruct the relationship because I need my space. Your boy likes to be on his own. Sure, when I'm on my own for a long, long time, I start to get a little lonesome. But there's ways to rectify that. Yeah, let's try to limit the Full Metal Jacket quotes. Look, I'm in Thailand, and it's modern day. And while there is, places like that to go to meet a lady like that, that's not necessarily the norm. Freebird. What about Freebird? I'm not singing it. That's off limits. Your boy will sing just about anything, but not Freebird. So I've heard. Yeah, this is all just, rumor mill stuff. No personal experiences at all. Especially not the first few years I lived here before COVID. I'm as free as a bird now. Oh, boy, you made me do it. I'm not more of a free bird guy. I'm more of a goodbye stranger sort of guy. You know what I'm saying? Early morning yesterday, I was up before the dawn. I really have enjoyed my stay, but I must be moving on. Like a king without a castle, like a queen without a throne. I'm an early morning lover, and I must be moving on. Come on, baby. Goodbye, stranger. It's been nice. Hope you find your paradise. Try to see your point of view. Hope your dreams will all come true. Goodbye, Mary. Goodbye, Jane. Will we ever meet again? Feel no sorrow, feel no shame. Come tomorrow, feel no pain. All right, I'm awake. There's absolutely nothing on the radar for the Reds right now. I'm telling you right now, they're pulling an okie doke on John Means. John Means making his first start, coming back. He's already going to be on a pitch limit, right? He's probably going through his routine. He has to kind of stay warm. So he's still throwing, I guess. If you hold the Breakfast in America LP up to a mirror, it shows 9/11 behind the Twin Towers. Well, there you go. And if you fold a dollar bill in the corner, something else happens, I guess. I don't know. First song's about questioning the nature of reality. Yes. I got a lot of questions myself. But most importantly, the main thing is I'm an early morning lover, and I must be moving on. That's pretty much the deal for your boy, the BirdWatcher. I think I actually said that to a previous girlfriend when we were breaking up. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm an early morning lover, and I just gotta, I must be moving on. I think I got slapped. Probably rightfully so. How dare you use a Supertramp lyric to break up with me? All right, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's REM, Steve. Don't break up with that either. Oh, sorry. Super strange. All right, folks. It is 1 minute after 7 p.m. So are you telling me first pitch is 4 minutes away? Because if so, I'm going to start to look to see if this stream is up on my computer. And I'll be back on the screen here in a minute as well. Still enjoying a Lucky with my coffee. You know how it is. I can hear the roosters crowing behind me. Okay, the event is in a weather delay, but we've got the MLB.com page up. I can hear some drunk folks just exiting a nightclub that's just letting out here at 6 a.m. Every morning they do. You can set your watch to it. All right. What's going on back in the States, guys? Of course, you know, non-political stuff. What's shaking? What is shaking with the old mama's bacon? What's going on with my volume here? Okay. Oh, hey, just in time. Well timed. John Means. John Means. His first start of 2024. From 2022 to 2023, he's only had 6 total starts. Can we get 25 starts out of this guy for the remainder of the season? Probably not. But hopefully he can give us something. Rainy, cold weather in Baltimore. It was just 90 degrees like a day or two ago, right? Now, what's the temperature in Baltimore now? Excuse me. Hey, you know, I did see one statistic regarding the Orioles offense that I found very concerning. I mean, obviously, we're off to a great start. By the way, folks, starting today's games, best record in the American League, just so you know. So we're leading the league in home runs. We're leading the league or near the top in things like barrel rate, exit velo average, just hitting balls hard, better than any other team. But here's the catch. When we're facing a fastball above 95 miles an hour, we've got like the worst batting average in all of baseball. That is our Achilles heel. And the fact that that information is available to me means it's available to every opposing team we're playing. And eventually, you got to think they're going to try and attack that weakness of ours, and we got to figure out a way around it. I feel like the Orioles came up with a philosophy of just like, you know, conventional wisdom is, you know, you look for that fastball and you want to, you know, rip at it. But basically, we've really been crushing off-speed stuff. That's been what we've been doing. Taking a big swing, looking for the off-speed pitch. But that's also why you've seen a lot of strikeouts, a lot of late swings. It's worked for us so far. I'm just wondering now that we've had enough of a sample size and the word is kind of out on the street, the Orioles might have to sort of adjust their philosophy at the plate at some point. We'll see how it goes. Folks, we are ready to go. Gunnar Henderson is striding up to the batter's box. Again, Andrew Abbott on the mound tonight for the Reds. Lovely sized crowd, lower bowl packed, except right behind home plate. I'm sure those seats are pricey. Plenty of those open. First pitch of tonight's ball game is a check swing and a called strike at the bottom of the zone, and Gunnar, one pitch into the ball game, is already unhappy with the zone. Gunnar's hitting .279, 10 homers, tied for the most in Major League Baseball, 24 driven in. Next pitch is off the plate outside, 1-1. Game on. Let's go. Oh, wait a minute. I got to bring myself back. Here's a hard hit ball in the right field. That'll get down. That looks just like the... Wow, and this time Gunnar learns his lesson. That ball was hit in the exact same area in the right field as his leadoff hit was last night, where he tried to stretch it into a double. Will Benson out there tonight instead of T.J. Friedel, but Gunnar said, I'm not going to get thrown out at second 2 nights in a row on the exact same situation. He took his turn, and this time he said, you know what? I'm a leadoff man. I got on base. That was my job. Let my teammates help me get over. All right, good job. Here we go. Adley Rutschman looks at a called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 on Adley. He's batting .308 with 4 homers, 19 driven in, 75 total bases. That's 4th best in baseball. Breaking ball is low, and the count even up at 1-1. And Adley, of course, has been said, every time we're looking at a lefty, he crushes them. He's also just mashing in general, .345 in his last 14 games. Here's a check on Gunnar, back in standing. The only sort of discrepancy with Adley's numbers this year versus previous is that his walks are down. But that's sort of been across the board for the Orioles, and again, it's been a part of their philosophy at the plate. They're up there hacking, and they're looking for the off speed. This one is foul back, and the count is 1-2. We got a lot of scores already going on around the league, so I'll be sure to give you some out-of-town updates at least a couple of times tonight. Here's the 1-2, and this one is hit on the opposite field. Another fine piece of hitting by Adley Rutschman. Drops one in the right field for a soft base hit. Gunnar will stop at second. 2 on, nobody out. My goodness, I mean, we got a rally going on right now. Is it too early for the sub screen, or should I just try and let... Oh, yeah, Kowser's not in the lineup tonight. Ryan McKenna is. I never actually went over the actual lineup. I blew it. Ryan Mountcastle is up now. He'll be followed by Santander, Westberg, Mateo, Mullins, McCann, and McKenna. A lot of M's in the bottom of the order. Strike 1 to Mountcastle, batting .295, 5 homers, 16 driven in, and playing a hell of a glove at first base. The Reds, by the way, back in their traditional home red shirts, although I guess their traditional would be white with red lettering, but not the City Connects. This one is swung out and missed. 0-2 on Mountie. 2 on, nobody out. Again, situations like this, I'd like to see the Orioles be a little more fundamental, not just up there trying to hit it hard, but, you know, it's trying to... Maybe for Mountcastle, hit it to the right side. This one's lifted in the air, left field. It's not going to be able to move anybody over, I don't think. Yep, Gunnar will only fake going to third. That'll be a fly ball to the left fielder for Ryan Mountcastle. Anthony Santander is up next. This is what I'm talking about. You get the first two guys on. Well, I don't know about bunting. I mean, bunting is something you don't want to see your 3-4 hitters typically doing. I don't know. It's just an approach. Like, look for a ball on the outside. Try to hit it to the right side. That way guys can move up. Easier said than done. Trust me. Anthony Santander at the plate. He's really been struggling. Average down to 207. He's got an 0-1 count. And the next pitch is a called strike on the inside corner. So, Santander. Plus, I have zero knowledge of. Some guys just don't know how to bunt. Mateo couldn't get a bunt down the other day. He popped one like 30 feet in the air. I don't know if Mountcastle can even do it or if he trusts himself to do it. This pitch is up and away on Santander. 1 out, 2 runners on base. And a 1-2 pitch to Tony. Swing and a miss on a pitch. A sweeper that just swept across. I mean, they call it a sweeper for a reason. This ball starts outside, sweeps all the way across and down. And Santander's got no chance. That's a pitch you got to pick up and lay off of. You can't even foul it off. 2 down. Jordan Westburg at the plate. Here's a guy that knows how to do a... And I'm telling you right now, if the Orioles fail to score in this inning, your boy is going to bring that subscreen back on up for the next rally. Because look what happens when I don't have the damn screen up with a rally. 0-1 on Westburg. Next pitch, called strike 2. And that one looked an inch or two low. Abbott gets the call, but to be fair, he's been around the plate consistently in this opening inning. Westburg hitting an even 300. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that's outside. Orioles wearing their black shirts with the gray pants. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. There's that sweeper up under the hands of Westburg. He flails and strikes out. So Abbott gives up 2 base runners to start the inning. And once again, this has been the Orioles' biggest bugaboo. My God, if it wasn't for outstanding pitching between the Yankee series and last night, where would we be? Yeah, we're scratching a couple of runs across. We found one frame last night to finally burst through. But how many times do we have an inning just like the one we just sat through here? Too many of them lately. Get those runners over. I'm a firm believer in it. We've got 9 frames, right? We got 9 innings to put rallies together. I say in that first inning, when you got first and second and nobody out, again, just concentrate on just getting the runners over and getting at least 1 run in. That way, you know you're coming away with something. Maybe if you didn't play small ball, you could have had a huge inning, not wasting an out or whatever. But you also run the risk of this happening, which is a 0. So what do you want? A 1 like in the hand or a potential 3 or 4 in the bush that could turn out to be a 0? You hear what I'm saying? Are you understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth? How you guys doing? Yeah, pound the ball on the ground the right side. That's what I'm saying. For Mountie against that lefty, he should have been looking out over the plate and just hitting a ball to the other side. Even if it was just a pop-up, just to see him try to hit it the other way, would have told me that he was up there with a plan. All right. Let's hope that this Reds lineup is as quiet as they were last night. Again, just 2 hits. both of them from Elly De La Cruz, as the Reds were shut out by Cole Irvin in the bullpen. Jonathan India at the plate, and he swings at the first pitch and fouls it back into the crowd. John Means, number 47. This is his seventh season in his major league career. Of course, a lot of injury bumps along the way, and that COVID season as well. But there was a time where this was our bona fide ace. Helped win us a lot of games through some very lean years. There's a swing and a miss by India. 1-2 the count. India back in on the field today playing second base. He DH'd last night. Candelario, who played third last night, will be the DH. Otherwise, same names we saw in the Reds order as last night, with the one difference being Will Benson playing right field over TJ Friedl. Here's the 2-2 pitch, lifted in the air, right field down the line. Mountcastle and Santander nearly running into each other. Santander was basically standing in place with Mountcastle charging at him. But luckily, the two big men don't have too much of a collision. And the catch is indeed made. Mountie nearly swiped it away from Tony. That could have been trouble. But we got the out. All right, one down in the bottom of the first, and here's Elly De La Cruz. And there's a pitch that Elly, I guess, didn't want to look at. Elly had stepped out of the box. Means threw a breaking ball right in there. The umpire said it's a strike. And the Reds are like, what happened? Elly wasn't ready. The deal was Elly basically stepped out of the box on his own accord. But the deal is you need to get permission from the umpire for that timeout. You can't just go, yeah, I'm stepping out. No, you got to. The umpire shook his head no. He shook his head no as soon as Elly started to step out. All right, 1-2 the count on De La Cruz after that pitch is outside. He's batting .288. There's one just off the plate outside. 2-2. That was a changeup. He stole his 19th base of the season last night. That leads Major League Baseball. This one is upstairs. And the count runs full. All right, Meansy, what do you got on a 3-2? And it's lifted foul behind the plate. Means did not give in. That pitch was a couple inches outside, but close enough to make Elly protect. And the at-bat will continue. Oh, my camera is off. Thank you, David. There's a swing and a miss. Means strikes out Elly. I love it. And I apologize. I probably need to close my window behind me. Close the curtain, I mean. Keeping Elly quiet is the number one way to beat these Reds. Here's Spencer Steer. Steer's average now at .246. He's been struggling. He's really the only other, threat in this lineup. This one's popped up. High fly ball. Should be plenty of time for somebody to camp under it. It'll be McKenna in left field to make the catch. And the inning is over. So John Means, one inning back into 2024. And it's a clean one, including retiring Elly De La Cruz. We go to the second, no score in Cincinnati. Means business. Yeah, I tell you what, this is a good lineup for Means to get his first start back. Again, if there's any Reds fans here watching, I mean no disrespect, but I'm pretty sure if you're honest, you would agree that outside of Elly De La Cruz right now, you've got some other really good players that are injured. But I mean, this lineup, Tyler Stevenson is your cleanup hitter. I mean, that's not good. That is not good. By the way, what is tomorrow's start time again? It's a weird these Reds and their start times, I got to tell you. You would expect like a 1:35 first pitch, right, on a Sunday? No. They're going to start at 4:10. 4:10 on a Sunday so that your boy has to do a game that starts at 3:10 in the morning. Gee, thanks. Thanks, Cincinnati. 2 rain delays and a 3 a.m. game on a Sunday when it's not even necessary. You could have had it where I was on at 12:30 at night and then been done by 3. But no. Yeah, I'm going to have to stock up on a lot of coffee. Yeah, the Reds came in last night with a 16-15 record. Now they got a 500 record. I'm not saying they're a bad team. Again, they just got some key players out. The pitching's been good, but the offense. I was actually listening to a Reds podcaster last night. I like to listen to the teams I'm playing to and listen to some of the commentary from their fans. Get an idea where they're at and what their positives and negatives are. And, you know, all the Reds fans agree that right now their lineup is doesn't have much punch. They were sitting there talking about guys down in AAA they can think about bringing up, try to help out. Mateo is at the plate. Forgive me for missing the first couple of pitches of this at-bat. After falling behind 0-2, he takes outside for ball 1. So a 1-2 count on Mateo. And the next pitch is low and inside to even up the count at 2-2. Mateo leading it off here in the top of the second. No score. Game 2 of a 3-game series. The Orioles won last night with a 3-0 shutout after another magnificent start from Cole Irvin. Here's a hard hit ball on the ground to third. Scooped up nicely by Espinal over to first in time. Espinal, who was at second base last night, shifted over to third with Candelario, the DH, and then India coming in at second. Tell you what, Mateo's hitting the ball hard. He's making some pretty good contact. Obviously, he hit that huge home run in the final game of the series against the Yankees. But even when you take that away, hey, this one's crushed by Mullins down the corner. Is it fair? No. My goodness, Mullins had a great swing. Just a fraction of a second too far in front. Or he's probably striding in the second base right now. 204 is his average. 6 homers, 17 driven in. And now he flails at one and misses, and the count 0-2. Oh, said, you've been behind in a lot of counts, man. It feels like he knows he's struggling, and he just wants to maybe jump on a first pitch like he did with the one in this at-bat. But if it doesn't work out, then suddenly he's scuffling. This one is lifted in the air, shallow, and foul ground, and it's going to land in the Oriole dugout. I don't think we swept. Did we sweep him, Rob? Or did we take 2 out of 3? No, we did sweep him. I think we did. But yeah, the Twins are crushing it right now. By the way, folks, the American League Central right now is the biggest storyline of the season. Everybody was talking about every team there stinks. somebody's going to win the division with a like 80 and 82 record. Well, if their fourth place team right now is 18 and 14. 1-2 to Mullins is swung on and fouled back, and we'll do it again. Base is empty, 1 out. Just getting started, top of the second. Yeah, we swept the Red Sox. We swept, I guess, the Twins. And the 2 losses would have been to the Brewers and to the Pirates, right? And Mullins strikes out on a pitch low and away. Another sweeper that cannot get touched. You just got to you got to pick up that sweeper out of the hand. If you don't pick up on it, you've lost. There's nothing you can do. Because it's going to look like a strike. It's designed to look like a strike. James McCann is at the plate with 2 out, nobody on. Here's one foul back. A 1-1 the count on McCann, hitting .235. As per usual, he is in the lineup with a lefty on the mound. And I just continue to think how Adley could still be catching more often, and how a guy like Kobe Mayo against lefties could be so well utilized, even if he's just the DH, because Ryan O'Hearn isn't going to start against the lefty. There's that DH spot. Just begging for Mayo over somebody like James McCann. No offense to McCann. I want to see him get his share of playing time as a backup catcher, but he's playing more than a backup catcher. Let's be honest. 1-2 the count. And this one's hit on the ground, foul on the left side. Mayo, by the way, leading the International League in homers and runs batted in, and I believe he's homered in 4 straight games. When are we going to finally say, let's give him a shot? Now, I know maybe his defense might still be a question mark, but again, against lefties, we're going to have another one tomorrow. Put him in as DH. Swing and a miss. McCann will run down to first after the pitch got away, but they will get him at first to end the inning. The Orioles looking a little lost at the plate here, despite the 2 hits. There have been some pretty ugly at-bats after those first 2. And that's what I'm talking about. First 2 guys get on base with hits. Ever since, everyone's flailing. God. Now I'm going to take back my own word. We should have bunted. Mountcastle, I don't know if you've ever bunted in your life, but gosh darn it, you should have bunted there, I guess. Then at least an out might have scored a run for us. So Abbott is going to be one of these situations where, you look shaky there, first couple of batters with hits. You're thinking, are we going to light up the scoreboard tonight? Well, sometimes pitchers, they need a couple of batters to sort of find themselves, and next thing you know, they run off 7 straight outs, or 6 straight. Okay, we're going to the bottom of the second. And why is my stomach growling? I do have, I believe, a muffin. I think I got a muffin here somewhere. Yes. Although I'm very upset over here, because in Thailand, they know the real deal. They know that muffins are really cupcakes, but muffins sound not as unhealthy as a cupcake. But this is a muffin, and it says it's a cupcake. I feel like a cupcake has at least got to have a little frosting on there or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is a muffin really just a cupcake without the frosting? You're getting a little spoiled with it. Me? Me spoiled? Impossible. Impossible. I'm a very reasonable guy when it comes to expectations. There is no spoiling going on with your boy. Tyler Stevenson will lead it off here in the bottom of the second. He's hitting .221, 3 homers, 10 RBI. It is a banana muffin, Janet. It's a banana muffin. But they're calling it a banana cupcake on the package. Stevenson with a swing and a miss. And the 0-1. That one's hit on the ground. It's a fair ball. Westberg with a long throw, and he got him. Man. When you play that hot corner, you got to get that ball off and get it across the diamond, because every time it's going to be bang, bang at first. Westberg getting the job done at third base. I once saw a dog. I once saw a dog devour a package of 4 blueberry muffins, wrapper and all. I believe it. Here's a swing and a miss by Encarnacion Strand. Playing first base, batting .190, 2 homers, 16 RBI. Pitches up and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. But here's the deal, Bird fan. When I get a cupcake, I immediately scrape off the frosting because I can't stand frosting. Frosting to me is one of the most disgusting things a person can consume. It's got the consistency of like dry toothpaste. I can't stand it. Swing and a miss. Encarnacion Strand chases a changeup below the zone. Count is 2-2. 1 out, nobody on the bottom of the second in a scoreless game in Cincinnati. So, yeah, are you telling me the moment I'm handed a cupcake and I scrape off the frosting that I don't want, I no longer have a cupcake? I'm simply holding a muffin? I don't know. Here's a fly ball to right. It's going to dunk in, I think. It will, in front of Santander near the foul line. Encarnacion Strand finds some real estate. And that ends a streak of an 0-for-41 combined team at bat for the entire lineup not named Elly De La Cruz. Are people understanding what I just said? You take away Elly De La Cruz, the entire rest of this lineup had been 0 for their last 41 at the plate until that hit. Here's Candelario. First pitch is a called strike. Nah, dude, you never had good homemade icing. Get out of here. I don't need it. This is, let me guess, it's not as like crusty and dried up and, I don't know, it's just too sweet. It's like sugar injected with more sugar, the frosting. It takes away, I like some sweet, but that's just overkill for me. Do I scrape the icing off? No, but see, that's different because that's a glaze, David. When I get a cinnamon roll with a nice light glaze of icing, different. Different than like those little frickin' flowers that they put on a cake and you bite into it and it's chalky. It's nasty. I might have to unsubscribe now. Is that a threat, Bird fan? All right, I'll never talk about cupcakes and muffins again. Jeez. Swing and a miss. Down goes Espinal on a strikeout. 2 down. Encarnacion Strand at first base. This one is a little bit high to Espinal, who's hitting just 183. 1 home run. Got an OPS under 500. OPS under 500. That's hard to do. That's a called strike. 1-1. Oh, Melanie, I bet you are, hon. Frosting, icing, the whole shebang. Here's the 1-1. This one's hit hard, but right to center. Mullins backing up. That was one of those balls right at the center fielder that was lifting. Sometimes it's hard to judge a ball like that, but Mullins, being Mullins, he's got it. Inning over. We go to the third. 0-0 in Cincinnati. What is going on tonight? And you know what? I guess I can go ahead and take this down now. Anything going on in Birdland on Twitter? Well, so, okay. Gunnar Henderson custom Star Wars bat. Wow, look at that. It's got like a lightsaber handle to it. I don't think they allow him to use that in, a regular game or anything, but that's interesting, I guess. Probably costs more than pretty much everything I own, but yeah, that's interesting, I guess. The next chapter. All right, who do we got coming up in the third? It'll be McKenna and back to the top of the order. Judge got ejected today? Wow. What were the circumstances, Matt? Can you sum it up sort of quickly? I'm interested. Because obviously the whole Aaron Judge thing. I mean, Aaron Judge, folks, like I said, I like to listen to podcasts from fans that do content for other teams that we're playing. I wanna get in the head of our opponent. And yeah, during that Yankees series with Judge struggling, everybody is just sick with Judge. And now today he goes out and gets ejected. He was arguing about a called strike. Rob, well, how egregious was the call? Was it a really bad call by the ump? Or was Judge just trying to pretend like he gives a damn? Because according to Yankee fans right now, they don't think that he does. All right, we've got McKenna at the plate. First pitch is off the plate, and the next one is as well. 2-0 on Ryan McKenna. McKenna batting a cool .667. That's right, he's 2 for 3 with a homer on the season. This one's lifted in the air, right center. Benson calls off the center fielder to make the catch. By the way, folks, Great American Ballpark, the Orioles lead the league in home runs. And I loved hearing the Michael Kay show the other day complain about the large left field and wall in Baltimore and how the Yankees had a couple of balls hit that way that would have been home runs other places. And he's saying, and it's taking home runs away from the Orioles too. Why are they doing it? And I'm like, hey, Michael, do you realize that we lead the league in home runs? I think the combination of leading the league in home runs and also having a giant left field that takes away home runs from the opponent sounds like a pretty good strategy to me, Michael. What are you talking about? Here's Gunnar Henderson. Takes ball one and then looks at a called strike two. Or called strike one, excuse me. 1-1 the count on Gunnar. 1 out, nobody on top of the third. He's 1 for 1 today already. This one's fouled back. Still 1-2 on Henderson. It was on the zone, but it was very, very close. Well, if you're on a 2-strike count and it's very close, and there you go. Speaking of, as I was about to say, on a 2-strike pitch, Abbott with a breaking ball that hits the bottom of the zone on the outside edge. Gunnar laid off of it, but it just caught that outside corner for called strike 3. Now, I don't know if you're watching that called strike. I'm wondering, comparing that to what Judge saw today. Here's a breaking ball to Adley Rutschman for strike one. Adley with a base hit in the first. That's the last time an Orioles reached base. And this one is in the dirt. Not raining in Ohio. Yeah, you know what? I'm looking at the sky right now. Where was this impending weather they were talking about? It looks gorgeous out there. Are they insane? Here's a chopper, and Elly can't handle it as it gets past him into center field for a base hit. Adley is 2 for 2. And after going through the entire lineup since the last time an Oriole got on base, Adley back on again. That was a bit of an Olay move there by De La Cruz. Okay, Ryan Mountcastle at the plate, 2 down. First pitch is a little bit up, a little bit outside. 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Abbott. Rally caps. Oh, speaking of rally, there's a called strike. 1-1 the count. Well, let's start with this. How's that? And this one, hey, the bugle charge worked because that pitch was in the zone. High part of the zone, but the umpire granted Mountcastle ball 2. So 2-1 the count. Pitch outside, 2-2. I'm getting scared. I don't want anything given away. I don't have the sub screen up anyway, so we're just going to go right back here and I don't know, look at the lineup tonight or something. There you go. Look at this. We got a 3-1 count. Pitch. Hit off the end of the bat and foul off to the right. Full count. 2 out. Adley at first. No score. Top of the third. Mountcastle at the plate. Adley will be running as soon as the pitcher goes into his windup. So any ball hit not right at somebody in the outfield will probably allow Adley to at least get to third base. Here is the pitch, and this one is hit in the air down the right field corner. Foul. Still 3-2. By the way, Abbott now at 50 pitches. Okay, here we go. Another payoff to Mountcastle is coming. Here it is. This one's broken bat. Is it going to get over Elly? It will, and will drop into center field for a base hit. Rutschman running as soon, again, with a 3-2 count, already taking off. He gets over to third base. We've got a 2-out rally on our hands, first and third for Anthony Santander. And, man, this is why I was looking at the lineup tonight, and I was going, we've got to... With a lefty on the mound, I'd rather have like Westberg maybe third and Mountie hitting fourth, and that way move Santander down a spot, because here's a spot where I'd much rather have Westberg at the plate right now with the way Santander is swinging. I'm hoping for the best. But man, Tony, we need some solid contact from you right here, buddy. I know it hasn't been easy. Abbott has already looked pretty good tonight. Adley's figured him out, but not anybody else yet. Well, I guess Mountcastle just did. First pitch to Santander is a called strike. Struck out his first time up. Average now at 205. Get the Tatas out. We need one. The 0-1 upstairs. Adley at third, Mountie at first, 2 down, 1-1 pitch, and Santander did well to lay off that sweeper in the dirt. Well, they're calling it a straight-up curveball. That might be easier to pick up, I guess. That sweeper, I think, is just really tough for hitters to pick up because just people are flailing at it. The more traditional curveball seems a little easier to pick up. This one's hit on the ground, the right side, but it's picked by the first baseman, Encarnacion Strand, playing close to the bag, holding the runner. Had he been playing without a runner on first, that ball's probably down the first baseline for extra bases. Instead, he picks it right next to the bag, steps on it, and ends the inning. Womp womp. Hey, folks, hang in there. We've been through a storyline like this many times before already, and we've still got 130 games left. Well, including this one. By the way, folks, we are now right at that 20% of the way into the season stage. We are 20% through the season already. And within 9 more games after tonight, we'll be at 25%. We'll be at the end of our first quarter where it's time to maybe take a little bit of stock of where we're at and what we're doing. I'll tell you this. Here's what I'm looking at. We've got these 2 games against the Reds and then 2 at Washington. I want to win 3 out of those 4. That would get us up to 24-12 and back to winning 2 out of 3 on the season. I want to sweep the Nats, and then I'm going to say we split these last 2 games with the Reds. And the reason why I want to sweep the Nats is because the 2 pitchers we have going against DC is Burns and Bradish. We've got our 2 studs against the Nats. So I want a sweep. And I'll tell you right now, Nationals Stadium or whatever, probably going to have half Oriole fans in the crowd. It's going to be a home game. Maybe half is a bit of an exaggeration, but there should be a very healthy amount of Orioles support for those 2 games in D.C. with Burns and Bradish on the mound. Okay, bottom of the third, Will Benson, who's hitting .204 at the plate. He takes a first pitch knuckle curve for strike 1. He's got 4 homers and 11 RBI. Next one is in the dirt, and the count 1-1. I'm going to bring up my sub-screen here off screen and then drag it on over for when we actually have our next rally. Because, folks, I've tried my best to not let this sub-screen thing, Oh, what happened? What happened? I've lost connection with my HDMI cord. Boy. Oh, boy. Well, that's not good. I can't see the game right now. Okay, well, I'm going to have to do this, which is going to make this happen. You shouldn't be hearing anything. What happened? Where's my thingy? Okay. I think we're back to normal. Everything normal out there, guys? Stuart Fairchild at the plate. Sorry, 1 out. And after a first pitch strike, the count even up at 1-1 on Fairchild, who's hitting just 185. Number 9 hitter. There is a pitch a little bit inside, and the count 2-1. What am I looking for over here? Oh, yeah, this. Here's a swing and a miss. Changeup from John Means. Welcome to the underground. There's a swing and a miss. Down goes Fairchild. Means with the strikeout. 2 away here in the bottom of the third. Back to the top of the order for Jonathan India. Folks, we are 3 subscribers away from 650. And remember, we are playing the Reds. We're going after the Devil's number for our target, 666. First pitch to India, well, second pitch, excuse me, is up and away. It's 2-0 on Jonathan India. 2 down, nobody on. There's a swing and a miss. Change up from Means. Means' changeup has looked really good. He's locating it well and mixing it in well. This one's hit in the right center. This could be trouble. Mullen's backing up, and it's past him, up against the wall. A little bit of a misplay. India will at least make second. He will stop there. That's a double all the way for Jonathan India. And that gets a big applause from the crowd, who I'm sure are just excited to see the Reds try and score some runs after getting shut out last night. So with 2 down, this is what you don't want. Elly De La Cruz up at the plate with a runner in scoring position. The base is open, and the first pitch is head high for ball 1. Crowd didn't like it. Elly's current numbers are 286, 8 homers, 19 runs batted in, 19 steals as well. This pitch is off the plate outside. 2-0 on De La Cruz. All right, dangerous now. Falling behind, a dangerous hitter in an RBI spot in a scoreless ball game. Here comes the pitch. Popped up. Stay in play. Mountcastle. Foul ground. He's going to make the catch on the foul side grass to end the inning. We get De La Cruz to pop out foul. Thank you very much. We head to the 4th. 0-0. Folks, between last night's game with a rain delay, tonight's game with a rain delay, there has been 1/2 inning of scoring in this series so far. The 3 runs the Orioles scored in the 7th last night. Otherwise, this is like watching paint dry. Can we please get it going here? I mean, let's go. You know what? It's time to break out the cupcake or the muffin, whatever it is. My stomach just made one of those growling noises. So I'm going to show this to you right now. Folks, you tell me. I'm going to start a poll. Where is it? I'm always coming up with great poll ideas. The question is, what is this? And your options are cupcake or muffin. All right. Where's the camera? Don't vote yet. You haven't even seen it. All right, there it is. Are you getting a good look at it? That is my banana what? What is that? Banana what? Notice the lack of frosting. Nice dry top. Traditional little paper thingy. What is this? Is this a muffin or a cupcake? All right. We've got Jordan Westberg leading it off here in the top of the 4th. He struck out with a couple of men on base back in the 1st. How are people voting without... You know how people are. Yeah, one more look, folks. There it is. In all its glory. The 0-1 is in there for a strike. Curveball. We can't warm the bats without Joe Boo, Baxter. Anybody got Joe Boo's digits? Here's the 0-2. Swung on and fouled away by Westberg to stay alive. At least he got a piece of that sweeper. I think that's the first sweeper we've made contact with. Never mind putting it in play. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. After sweeping low and inside, Abbott comes back with a fastball up and away to get Westberg. Nice piece of pitching there by Abbott. Well, it looks like muff cake, cup nuts. What is this? Wait, these are all the nicknames for all of my ex-girlfriends. How did you guys know? Those are supposed to be private nicknames between me and my exes. Here's Jorge Mateo. First pitch is ball one. One out, nobody on. Top of the fourth. Next pitch, right on the inside corner at the knees. I mean, you cannot walk up and place that ball any better than Abbott just threw from 60 feet. This one's low. Two and one the count. Next pitch. That one's hit hard and hit up in the air. Going back on it, looking up. This one's gonna go. Bye, birdie. Jorge Mateo has gone deep for the second time in 3 games. He clears the giant wall in left in Baltimore. This wall not nearly as tough to conquer, but he conquers. Jorge Mateo drops the bat head on that one. And we've got a 1-0 lead here in the top of the fourth. Way to go, Mateo. Folks, I'm starting to think, just hear me out here, until we get Holiday back or any other guy comes up from AAA, I want Mateo in the lineup every day over Urias. Put him in there against righties. Just make Westberg the permanent. This one's crushed. Right center. That one will split the outfielders. Cedric Mullins will motor around and get to second base, and boy, did he need that hit. Turn on the sprinklers. The Orioles offense is alive. Let's go. David in France with the super chat. Thank you so much, David. That was worth €1, wasn't it? $1 for a dinger. $1 for the dinger. All right. Let's keep the line moving. Here's James McCann. How quickly things can change. Let's keep it going. First pitch to McCann's a called strike, right down the middle, just above the middle of the zone. I need a bite of this muffin, man. I'm telling you right now. This muffin. By the way, I do have my subscreen up. It's just in the background. Just to prove it to you, I'll just drag it right on over here. It's been here the whole frickin' time, folks. So even though I haven't been on this screen, it's on my second screen. Just to let you know, the power of the sub-screen page is alive and well. (0-2) to McCann is a bit inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And yeah, just to prove it to you guys, there you go. They say it's a cupcake. They're calling that a cupcake. Just off the plate outside. Stevenson tried to frame it. Abbott with a smile as if to say the umpire missed it. But I'll just smile. I won't get mad. 2-2 the count. Mullins at second base. The pitch. Swung on and missed. There's that sweeper low and in. McCann comes up empty, and there are 2 away now here in the top of the 4th. The Orioles have 6 hits. Just the 1 run. Man. At least we got a run by the 4th inning instead of waiting until the 7th. Abbott, by the way, up to 70 pitches. Ryan McKenna, the batter. First pitch to him is off the plate, 1-0. So Abbott gave up hits to the first 2 batters he saw. Looked like maybe it wasn't his night. And then he quickly settled down, retired the next 8 batters in a row, and kind of settled in. But here in the 4th, he has definitely not looked nearly as sharp as those first 3 innings after the first 2 batters. McKenna is now hitting an even .500 after flying out in the 3rd. I'm not going to expect him to keep the pace, but it's nice. The pitch, fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes on McKenna. 2 out, Mullins at second. Hydration Station City. Does anyone know the difference between batting .230 and .280 on a season is? What, like in terms of how many hits? I mean, it depends on at bats, but it's not much. It's always something like 1 hit a week. It's amazing how 1 extra hit per week can turn you from a mediocre hitter into a good hitter. That's all it takes. Frosted Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious. 2-2 the count. By the way, Mullins has moved up to third base, and your boy missed it. I apologize. Did he steal it? Did you steal that bag? Or was there a balk or a clock violation? What happened there? 2-2 to McKenna. Swung on and missed. Well, it won't have an effect on the end of the inning. McKenna strikes out, and Mullins will be stranded at third base. Oh, wild pitch. Thank you. Okay. There it is, W.P. Abbott. Sorry about that, guys. This is why Harry Carey needs to take a few innings off in the middle of the ball game, because this stuff starts to get to you after a while. Hey, folks, we're in the middle of a commercial break. First time tonight, I'm going to talk about my only sponsor, me. The Orioles BirdWatcher channel is being brought to you tonight by the Orioles BirdWatcher channel. That's right, there's no sponsors, there's no ads. Not yet, anyway. There's just a guy who just started a new channel about 5 weeks ago, I guess, at this point. Yeah. We're trying to get to that first 1,000. Maybe, hopefully, before, the All-Star break, something like that. Now, here's the deal. Thank you, number 649. By the way, if you're watching right now and you're not subbed, this is the time to do it. You want to be 650. That's a nice number. If we're playing Squid Game, 650, that pops out. I noticed 650 in a crowd. You know what I'm saying? 650. In fact, I think that's what I was making working at McDonald's back in 1994. I think I was making $6.50 an hour. Hey, you got it. That number's yours. You can brag to your friends that your number's $6.50. Folks, $3.50 to go to 1,000, all right? It's only a matter of time. And with each passing day, your boy's getting more and more convinced that not only is he in this for the long haul this season, He might be doing this for years to come. All right. Thanks so much for that little break in the action. We are ready to start the bottom of the fourth. Spencer Steer at the plate. John Means, who's looked good through the first 3 innings. First pitch, ground ball. Actually, it's a soft liner. I thought that took a bounce. Soft liner to Gunnar Henderson. 1 away on 1 pitch. 350 base. 350. You know what I'm saying? Got some crazy birds going on behind me. We got some sort of delay here. The camera's just sitting on Means, who's just tossing the ball in and out of his glove, waiting for Tyler Stevenson to step into the box. Okay, now he does. Stevenson 0 for 1 tonight, and the first pitch to him is lifted in the air. This could be another 1 pitch out. Mullins, standing in his tracks, makes the catch. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Your boy really likes that. Tree Fitty. That's right, Aaron. Tree Fitty. That's what we need. Encarnacion Strand. He takes a first pitch swing. Boy, you would think after making 2 outs on 2 pitches that maybe you'd take a pitch. I guess he's feeling it. He's got a hit tonight. For a guy hitting under 200, I guess for him that's a hot streak. This one's grounded, foul along the third baseline. Westberg was ready to field it and throw it across, but a foul ball. It's not streets, it's screets. If you're talking about Tree Fitty, then you're not from the screets. You know what I'm saying? In the screets, we say Tree Fitty. The 0-2 is lifted foul off to the right. A very protective swing there from Encarnacion Strand. Are T-shirts available yet? What, for the BirdWatcher? Here's a swing and a miss. The ball's in the dirt. McCann will have to pick it up and go to first. He does to complete the strikeout, and the inning is over. John Means has pitched 4 shutout innings of 2-hit ball in his first game back. Fantastic. My God. Folks, imagine a healthy Grayson returns and is effective. Corbin Burns, Kyle Bradish, Grayson Rodriguez, Cole Irvin, John Means. And then you got Dean Kramer. I guess you're kind of looking at him as now your number 5 guy. That ain't bad, folks. That ain't bad. By the way, I'll go ahead and get rid of the poll. It was closer than I thought. But at the end of the day, it's a muffin. Come on. It's not a cupcake. Are you kidding me? Why are they trying to make me feel guilty about trying to buy a muffin by putting the word cupcake on it? You got to be careful with the crumbs, though. You drop 1 crumb around here, and these ants, they're going to come for me. I'm trying to get this muffin out of the way, folks. I'm sorry. I'll get off mic. All right. By the way, if I had a nickel for every time I said, I'm just trying to get this muffin out of the way, I'd have like 35 cents. All right, I'm going to quickly add a little bit of water to my kettle and heat up this coffee a little bit. Top of the fifth, the Orioles have up Gunnar, Rutschman, and Mountie. Top of the order. Gunnar, first pitch is swung on and fouled at the plate. And May the 4th is in full effect as we get a look at some Star Wars cosplayers hanging out at the ballpark. Yay! And there's a called strike to Gunnar. He's 0-2. Base hit back in the first. Average currently at 282. And the Reds already have activity in the bullpen. Nick Martinez, right-hander, is up. Abbott might only go 5 innings tonight. Here's a chopper over to the right side. First baseman with a high hop, able to grab the ball and tag the bag before Gunnar gets there for out number 1. Yeah, Means is on account, but I was just talking about the Reds bullpen. The Reds got Nick Martinez up. Means is currently on what? 50. I mean, he's definitely going to pitch the 5th, and depending on how that goes, he might even be able to go 6. Adley gets a hold of one. Come on, keep going. That ball is gone. Bye, birdie. Adley Rutschman, his bat is awake. His 3rd hit of the game. A home run to left field. And the Orioles now lead 2-0. Attaboy, Adley. He went down and got that one and stroked it to straightaway left field. Get out of here. Lovely. Take a drink from the hose. You've earned it, Sonny. 2-0 Baltimore. Base is empty, 1 out. Here's Mountie. And the first pitch is a strike. Thanks, Matt. Nice result. It's very easy to make a call when something good happens. There's a called strike. Tough pitch. Low and in on Mountcastle. He's in the hole 0-2. By the way, final score, Yankees 5, Tigers 3. So we're going to want to win tonight. This one's up and away. 1-2 the count. Abbott looking a little sweaty out there right now. This one is popped up. Will it stay in play? The first baseman, Encarnacion Strand. He leans over the railing to make a basket catch. I mean, I don't want to celebrate too much when we make an out. But nice play there by the kid. He sprinted over. And luckily for him, there's some nice padding on that railing. Almost went head over heels. Well done. David in France. You sent me €1. Now you're sending me $1. David in France hooking me up with super chats in multiple currencies. All right, that's the end of the inning. How did it happen? How did that happen? Santander make a quick out on me? What did you do, Tony? Another one pitch out? All right, you might want to take the $1 back because I missed how Santander got out. It had to have been on one pitch. I don't even know if I can be blamed for that one. I'm not sure if they even cut back to the pitch whenever happened. Well, it does look like Santander was the last to hit. His average is now at 202. Come on, Tony. Come on. We need to get him back to the basics. We got a couple of off days, I should say, next week. Again, I've talked about it a few times over the last couple of days. Very kind schedule for the Orioles. I mean, it's going to come back against us eventually. Everything evens out. But this road trip is sort of wedged between two pretty long homestands, and of the 5 games on the road, 2 of them are in D.C., sandwiched between a pair of off days. So next week, it's off day, 2 games in D.C., off day again, and then a 9-game series at home. So after this game tomorrow against the Reds, it's pretty much right back home. So we got to take advantage of that because, again, eventually, you know, the flip side of the coin or whatever you say is going to eventually come up. What's VAT? What is that? Is that a transaction? I'm so bad with acronyms. The BirdWatcher doesn't know his acronyms. Okay, Means on the mound. First pitch to Candelario, lifted in the air, but he didn't get good wood on it. It's going to be a can of corn for Ryan McKenna. Say that 3 times fast. Can of corn for McKenna. Can of corn for McKenna. Oh, value added tax. Oh, you mean anytime you do something, even just like donate a little some money to somebody, you got to get taxed for that? That stinks. 17 cents tax? Get out of here. So it's 17% tax. That's ridiculous. To send a friend a buck, you got to give the government 17 cents. Get out of here. Here's a called strike to Espinal. And the count is 1-1. Means is on 53 pitches. He's doing fine. Here's the next one. There's a called strike. And the count 1-2 on Espinal. I'm telling you, I mean, of all the teams we could play for Means for his first start back, this is a good one with this lineup. Swing and a miss. Down goes Espinal. Means is looking fine, folks. 6 strikeouts. And we're in the 4th inning. No walks, right? Why am I not seeing walks amongst the stats here? That should be a very easy stat to include along with these others. Yeah, it's more of an indictment on, like, I'm not saying John Means is suddenly back to his top of the, back 3-4 years ago when he was our ace. It might be more of just the Reds. Will Benson at the plate. He's got a 1-1 count right now. 2 down, nobody on, and there's a swing and a miss. At a pitch that's hittable, 92 miles an hour, upper part of the zone, but not too high, and in the middle of the plate. And Benson couldn't even make contact. 1-2 pitch outside. Norfolk had a no-hitter today. Who pitched? Because that's the only thing we're lacking down there is an arm we can call up. Tell me Cade Povich threw a no-hitter. This one's hit hard on the ground, but right to Mountcastle. And as usual, he fields it cleanly, takes it to the bag himself, and the inning is over. We're through 5 at Great American Ballpark. The Orioles ahead 2-0. How you doing? How you doing? Means is cooking. Speaking of cooking, another inning or so away from some cakes on the griddle. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scores. There's still a rain delay in that game between the White Sox and Cardinals with Chicago up by a run, but the Cardinals have the bases loaded and 2 out in the bottom of the 10th. My goodness. Oakland up 4-0 on the Marlins in what has to be the lowest market game matchup of the entire. I mean, I know Oakland's doing better. I know there's other teams with worse records out there. But I mean, Miami versus Oakland. Who's watching that game? Phillies up 9-0 on the Giants. The Guardians up big on the Angels, 7-1 in the 9th. So they'll get another win. Rangers up big on Kansas City. Yeah, I'd like to see the Royals maybe lose a game or two. I don't want one of these AL Central teams taking one of the top 2 seeds. If the Orioles are winning the division, I know it didn't help us last year with that bye, but gosh darn it, I still want the best record in the league. Mets and Rays tied at 1 in the top of the 5th. The Mariners are up 2-0 over the Astros. Man, Houston, what are you doing? The Padres, who, by the way, made a trade with the Marlins. Luis Ariz, batting title winner in an early May trade. Not too common of a thing. Anyway, I'm not sure if he's in the lineup tonight, but the Padres are up 1-0 on the Diamondbacks. And again, the Yankees took down the Tigers earlier, 5-3. The Twins over the Red Sox, they keep that winning streak alive. Is it up to 13 now? Cubbies edge the Brewers in a solid NL Central battle, 6-5. The Pirates edge the Rockies 1-0. We've got a pitching change. Nick Martinez, first pitch to Westberg, is off the plate for ball 1. The Blue Jays doubled up the Nats 6-3. And finally, big matchup, Braves and Dodgers coming up later. This next pitch, and my goodness, Martinez fell down after delivering the pitch. That ball went about 53 feet, and Martinez might have injured himself. They're going to come out and take a look at him. Something buckled on his plant foot, his left foot. When he planted it, that looks nasty. That looks nasty, like a cartilage thing in the knee area. Yeah, he's now kind of bouncing. I would honestly be shocked the way that looked that he's going to stay in the game. Because that looked like the kind of injury that could leave a guy out for a while. Maybe he escaped it. It looks like they're going to get him to throw a warm-up pitch. I hate to see guys get injured. He throws one, and he asks to throw another one. I mean, that one was right in there. And after that second pitch, everyone says okay. So Nick Martinez, hopefully for him, dodged a bullet and will be okay. It's a 2-0 count on Westberg here in the top of the 6th. Nobody out, nobody on. Pitch is hit on the ground. The first base, Encarnacion Strand, will race to the bag to beat Westberg for 1 out. Here's Jorge Mateo. Jorge, I've decided to start hitting home runs again. Mateo, a no-doubter in his last at-bat, accounting for one of the 2 Oriole runs tonight. The home run ball continues. Martinez's first pitch is a breaking ball that is called a strike. That ball dipped below the zone, and Martinez got the call anyway. 0-1 the count. That's a swing and a miss. Good change up there from Martinez. Yeah, so Mateo now at 277. There's a swing and a miss. Okay, well, that at bat wasn't so good. Mateo goes down, and he tries to even flip the bat on his way back to the dugout and drops the bat. He can't even get that right. A bad at bat for Mateo. I'm sure he'd like to just let that one get erased from his memory. Break out that Men in Black zapper. Here's a ground ball to the right side by Mullins. And once again, Encarnacion Strand is going to make an unassisted putout at first base. That ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Orioles ahead 2-0. And I think we've got one more inning from John Means, or at least he's going to try and start the inning. What is this? Why does this say the team has pitched 5 innings, but Means has only pitched 4 2/3? What is this nonsense? What are they trying to tell me here? Just got here and ready for some Orioles magic. All right. Good to have you, the man. Mateo is a Gold Glover? I mean, he doesn't even really have like a permanent position anywhere. I mean, he's sort of a shortstop by trade, and that's probably the one place he's never going to be at this point. Logged on for 2 quick outs. Yeah, this game's moving at a pretty nice clip. You know, we had the rain delay, of course. That didn't help. But, yeah, we're going to the bottom of the 6th. Abbott is already out of the game. Means, for some reason, has probably 30 more. No, that would be 90. Josh, I'm not sure. I think if he gets through 6 innings, they're going to just call it right there no matter what the pitch count is. I think there's sort of a trade-off between pitch count and innings completed. Like, you look at a pitch count and you go, okay, if 90, that might get you at least 5. After that, who knows? But if you can get through 6 innings before you get the 90 pitches on your first start back, I think they're going to pull him after that. So he's on 60 now. My bet would be this is his last inning, regardless. And it'll be great to get a quality start out of John Means. He's got the 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up. Fairchild, and then back to India and Elly De La Cruz. This one is bunted right back to Means, who throws out Fairchild. Okay. The Reds are just handing us outs. We'll take them. A 1-pitch bunt out on John Means. And again, I don't understand why this pitching thing is showing the totals here, but not here. I mean, basically this is this, because he's the only one in the ballgame. 5 1/3 now with 6 Ks and only 2 hits, no walks. Or does he have a walk? There's no walks listed on the stats. Whatever. Want to know the count on Jonathan India. If anyone can confirm whether or not he's walked anybody tonight, that'd be great. This one is on the inside edge for a called strike. A slider for Means to Jonathan India, who has a double tonight. That's been the big hit for the Reds. This one is low and away, and the count even up at the count now 2-1. The pitch. On that outside corner at the knees again. Means is dotting the zone. He looks great. And again, I know we got to see him pitch against a lineup better than this to get a better gauge. But again, it's his first start back. We're gradually building him back up to the best he can be. This has been a great first start. Here's a ground ball, third base, backhanded by Westberg. He's got a throw, and Mountcastle can't handle it. This ball is going to get away. India's going to go to second. Here comes the throw. And he's out. What is India doing? Down a pair of runs, India is gifted first base with an error, and then tries to take more and gets thrown out. Well done, India. Well done. Mateo retrieved the ball, threw a strike to Gunner, and India wasn't even able to go into a slide. Absolute Jonathan India. Man, that is embarrassing. 2 down. Here's Elly with now and that's the other thing. You're taking yourself off base with Elly De La Cruz up next. That is such a huge mistake on so many levels. Former Rookie of the Year, Jonathan India. Swing and a miss by De La Cruz. The count is 1-1. By the way, glad I found you living out of state. I've been looking for someone live streaming O's games. Hey, you found me. You found a Yankee streamer last night and felt sick. I don't blame you. Here's a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count on De La Cruz. 2 down, nobody on. John Means trying to get through 6 shutout innings of baseball on his first start back of the season. This one is low, and the count 2-2. Oh, I think Mateo can play D, but there's a big difference between being a good defender and being a Gold Glover. You know, that is elite. And unfortunately, no matter how good of a defender you are, if you're not an everyday player, you're not going to get a Gold Glove. You gotta, you know, have 1,000 innings out on the field. Here's a swing and a miss. Means strikes out De La Cruz. And if that's the end of the day for John Means, folks, I mean standing O. Wow. Standing O. Hey, look, I'm going to heat up a little bit of hot water to toss into this otherwise room temperature coffee to make it kind of hot again. It's a life hack. I'll be right back. It also gives your boy time to reach for a lucky. 9 out of 10 doctors prefer Lucky Strike. Had a tough day on the job? Reach for a Lucky. Calm yourself down. They're toasted. Yeah. It's funny you say that, the man, because I have another live stream I do that's like a comedy show where we play bingo while we watch some really bad home shopping channels. And whenever we get bingo, I scream bingo out. And somebody said, yeah, I think your neighbors think you just climaxed every time you yell bingo. Like, wow, that would be the worst. Can you imagine? All right, here we go. James McCann is at the plate to begin the top of the 7th. And Martinez is out there for another inning of work. He only threw 7 pitches. Here's one hit. Oh, it's caught by Encarnacion Strand. A line drive by McCann that looked ticketed for right field. That ball was lasered. And Strand, with a bit of a hop, makes that catch. Yeah, so I'm yelling like, bingo! And somebody in chat was like, yeah, I think they think that you just, you know. Hey, Colton Cowser. Folks, get those moves in the chat as fast as you can, because who knows how long this is going to last. The milkman is at the plate. And here comes the manager. Is this going to force Cincinnati's hand to make a change? Well, it's a chat for now, so let me go grab that hot water. All right, so with Abbott, the lefty, out of the game, Martinez, the righty, taking over. That means Ryan McKenna's spot now gets switched over for Colton Cowser. Cowser's hitting .277, 6 homers, 18 RBI. Those last two counting stats leads all Major League rookies. First pitch is a curveball in there for a called strike to Cowser. Cowser has really been scuffling at the plate. This is the second straight night he hasn't been in the lineup. Maybe in a pinch-hitting role, it can help him get his mojo back. There's a swing and a miss. That was not a good cut at a changeup. There you go. First 16 games, 400 average, 4 homers, 15 RBI. The 13 games since, a $132. It's been bad. He's got a couple of homers in there, so he's only had a handful of hits, but he has at least gone deep. The 0-2 pitch is flailed at. Wow, Cowser really looked bad there. I mean, whatever's wrong with him has not gotten better since yesterday on that at-bat. That was bad. That was not good for Colton Cowser. 2 away. Back to the top of the order for Gunnar Henderson. First pitch is ball 1. Gunnar 1 for 3 tonight with that single back in the first. Here's the next pitch in the dirt. Well, maybe not in the dirt, but very, very low. Ball 2. Oh my, your boy has to address an issue right here and now. These Thailand creatures, they can be something to deal with here. My goodness. I mean, this is a bit of an emergency right now, folks. Hang on. Three-0 to Gunnar is in there for a called strike, 3-1. And there's ball 4. Gunnar Henderson will reach with 2 out. I'll be right back, folks. Sorry. Right, so yeah, there was an ant attack going on. Yeah. These aren't these scavenger ants looking for food. These are the migratory ants that just like to march their way through my apartment, going from A to B. But they were crawling along back behind all of my wiring and stuff, and I needed to divert them. Adley Rutschman's at the plate. Gunnar at first. 2 down. And Adley has an 0-1 count. He's 3 for 3 today. This one's hit on the ground and foul off to the right. Get a lizard? Well, the lizards are already here. They're called geckos. They're everywhere. They're supposed to take care of them for me. Sometimes I'll find a gecko in my apartment. It's all that balance of nature. 0-2 on Adley. Off the plate outside. Luckily, they're not the fire ants. There are fire ants out here that I've had to deal with. There's also a certain kind of ant species I've had to deal with that move around super fast, like they're on bath salts. This pitch is upstairs to Rutschman, and the count now even up at 2-2. Again, 3 for 3 tonight. Average at 323. Yeah, I'll just go out and I'll head on over to the Walmart and get an anteater. Here's a check on the runner. Gunner back in with a slide. I'll be back on the screen here in a moment. 2-2 pitch is reached for. That was a low pitch. Gunner hits it on the ground to second. Excuse me, Adley hits it on the ground to second. And India throws him out to end the inning. Folks, it's 7th inning stretch time in Cincinnati. Just because we're not at home doesn't mean we can't put some cakes on the griddle. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Orioles 2, Reds nothing. Stretch. I can stretch. And I can kick. I'm 50. Hey, folks, if you're watching right now, if you haven't hit that like button, would you consider doing it? It's a little thumb. It's a little thumb icon. It's right below your screen. You tap it. You're done. You help out the channel. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I really do. It's not just some obligatory little thing. It actually helps out the channel. And I'm going to take a big risk and hope maybe one more sub. Oh, this isn't the sub screen. What screen is this? Oh, this is the sub screen. 651. Hey, we're over 650. 15 away. Okay, I guess, look, if we're going to get to the devil's number by the end of this series, I think we're going to need to get 1 or 2 more tonight to make that goal a little more realistic tomorrow. Because if we get like 2 more tonight, that's like 13 tomorrow. Hey, 13, that's another unlucky number. If we need 13 to get to 666, wow. This is some Illuminati stuff. Anyway, there's an update. Is John Means coming out for a 7th inning? Are you kidding me? He's on 72 pitches. He is out there, folks. First pitch is a strike. Top of the zone, outside corner. He's painting. And things are getting loud outside. Hold on. Again, it's 7:43 a.m. and people are just now going home after a night out. That's where I live. Hey there, Purple. This one's off the plate. 1-1 to Spencer Steer. High fly ball, deep left field. But on the track, Colton Cowser makes the catch. That ball looked dangerous off the bat, especially in the bandbox that is Great American Ballpark. But Steer just missed getting a hold of that one. He flies out to deep left field. 1 down in the bottom of the 7th. Means is still cruising. Tyler Stevenson at the plate. First pitch is a strike. Next pitch is inside. There is a foul tip at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Stevenson. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Orioles 2, Reds nothing. Man, it is getting hot. 1-2 pitch upstairs. Head high. And the count 2-2. Ooh, your boy got hot. He turned the fan on. It's hitting him in the back. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Stevenson chases a high heater. Only 91 miles an hour, but good enough. John Means. I mean, he is in mid-season form. 1 game in. 2 down in the 7th. He's on 80 pitches. Encarnacion Strand takes a called strike at the bottom of the zone. Means I feel like he could pitch all night. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Yeah, guys, definitely. Anybody gets on, you take him out because we're playing with house money right now. If he had just pitched 6 and we'd gone to the pen, I wouldn't have complained. But here we are, 1 strike away from 7 innings. Check swing right on the edge, but it's a ball. 1-2 on Encarnacion Strand. The pitch. Here's a weak grounder foul off to the left. We're going to have Bradish, Grayson, Burns, Means. Here's a leaping grab on a liner by Gunnar Henderson. And this inning is over. The defense helping out Means as well. Look at how far up, and it's a snow cone. My goodness. Folks, you won't believe the play Gunnar Henderson just made to end the 7th inning. If you saw it, you're not going to forget it. He leapt as high as he could go. That ball somehow stayed in the very tip of the glove, and he was able to corral it. Fantastic. We go to the 8th. Orioles 2, Reds nothing. And yeah, how about this pitching lately? 6 runs in 4 games to the Yankees and nothing tonight. So make that 5, nearly 6 games. We're basically averaging 1 run per game from our pitching staff through the last 6 games. Are you kidding me? And it's good timing because our offense isn't exactly on point right now. We haven't been having our best at bats in the last week. But it just goes to show you that this team is multidimensional. We find ways to win when some things aren't working. I say all that fully aware that we've got 2 innings to go and a 2-0 lead is nothing to get too excited about. We got to see this through, but fantastic performance from John Means. Unbelievable. I thought 6 innings. I already gave him the standing O. He goes out there and gets another. Unbelievable. So, yeah, we got Burns, Bradish, Grayson when he's healthy, Means, and Irvin. Those are our top 5 guys right now. I feel like Kramer? I don't know. I don't know. What would make sense is to put a lefty in at long relief. Because if we have Albert Suarez and then one of Means or Irvin as a long relief lefty, we've got a balance there. I don't know. So, I don't know. It's a good problem to have. That's all I know. It's a good problem to have right now. Okay, we are underway. Top of the 8th. Mountcastle at the plate. First pitch is fouled back. We've got Sims out here. Lucas Sims. Not too good of a line here. 6.75 ERA in 11 appearances. He's given up 3 homers in just 9 1/3 innings. This one's lifted in the air. It's going to send the center fielder back a few steps, but Fairchild in the one area of the ballpark that has a little bit of depth to it. He makes the catch. 1 down here in the top of the 8th. Want to see Kramer face Soto again. Yeah, me too. I just want to face Soto again, period. Let's go, Juan. Santander at the plate, 0 for 3 tonight. That average is dangerously close to dipping below 200. He's currently at 202. But hey, that's pretty much the same average as Aaron Judge, and we don't have to pay this guy. We pay Santander about 46 less million a year for the same results. This one's fouled away. And the count is 0-2. There's no way. Look, I know I said I think Means is done after 6. He's definitely done now. He's definitely done now. I mean, what more can we ask for from him? He gave us 7 fantastic innings. It's his first start back. There is a strike 3 on Anthony Santander. Man. Tony, we got to go back to basics, man. I mean, it's hard to blame him. That pitch was probably an inch inside. But, yeah, things are tough right now. This one is lifted in the air to right field, down to the corner, and it'll get into the stands. That is Jordan Westberg with that fly ball to the opposite field corner. Westberg tonight, he's 0 for 3. The next pitch from Sims is right there on the bottom of the zone for a called strike 2. 2 out, nobody on, and an 0-2 count on Jordan Westberg. Yeah, Means is done. There's a swing and a miss. So Westberg strikes out. Lucas Sims does his job, a very clean inning of work. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Due up for the Reds, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. And we'll keep an eye right down here to see if a pitching change is indeed in the cards. Just keeping an eye on the area right below the name John Means. 7 innings, 3 hits. Again, folks, can somebody confirm he didn't walk anybody? I don't know why tonight, for whatever reason, this box score doesn't show you walks. Oh, don't get your feelings hurt by Tony, the man. You got to be there for him. He's going through a tough time. We're going to need Santander before this season's done with. 0 walks on ESPN. Okay, thank you, Chris. So, yeah, what a fantastic performance by John Means. He had the control. He had the strikeout pitch. And for the most part, weak contact up and down the lineup from the Reds. Fantastic. He's probably out. I saw a video by Bauer breaking down his last start in Mexico, and he had an 85-95 pitch count. At 86 between innings, he came out. Is everybody still following Trevor Bauer? It's like, I get it. Like, he's trying to get back. Either he will or he won't. I don't know. I mean, whatever happens. It's a little bit odd, the sort of... I know Tony going to find the rhythm. He will. He will. And remember, folks, contract year. If anything, maybe he's pressing a little bit because it's a contract year. Cianel Perez is on. CNL. Back from injury, made his first appearance, a night or two ago? Was it last night? This one's off the plate outside for ball one to Candelario, who will turn around now and bat right-handed. Actually, what am I saying? Means was also left-handed. Candelario will remain hitting from the right side of the plate. This pitch is low and in, 2-0 on Candelario. Yeah, it's like Bauer sort of promoting his own attempt to return. This one's lined in the right field for a base hit. So Perez fell behind Candelario, 2-0, and Candelario did well to reach out for that one and hit it to the opposite field. That's got your boy nervous. I mean, after Means did so well for our first reliever to come out and give up a leadoff hit. That brings the tying run to the plate just like that. Santiago Espinal takes a pitch low and in for ball one. Okay, I'm starting to get nervous. Your boy's getting nervous here. Espinal 0 for 2 tonight. Let's get a ground ball. This one's high. 2-0, and here comes McCann to talk to Perez. Oh, boy. Well, he came out here to start the eighth. He's got to face 3 batters. This is number 2. If he doesn't have it tonight, we got to figure something out fast to keep this game in our favor. By the way, the black and orange striped high socks for Perez, that is on fleek. It's a good look. All right, here comes the next pitch, and it's hit back up the middle. Henderson tacks the bag, goes to first, 2, a double play. Gunnar Henderson. Ho-ho! Gunnar ended the previous inning with a fine play leaping, and now does everything in one motion. Look at the hops. My man's got hops. He's not going to let anybody slide into him on that play at second. Gunnar Henderson empties the bases, 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. We need 4 more outs. And here comes a pinch hitter, Luke Maley, who came on to pinch hit last night. He's coming on for Benson, a right-handed hitter batting just $159. First pitch is a strike. It's 0-1. Next one is fouled away. Maybe off of Maley. And the count 0-2. 1 strike away, getting through 8 innings. All right, Perez in the stretch. The pitch. Breaking ball lifted in the air. Left field. Cowser is right there to make the catch. Inning over. We go to the 9th. The Orioles are shutting out the Reds again. 3 more outs to get. Let's add another run or 2 and make it a little easier. What do you say? We go to the 9th. Orioles 2, Reds nothing. Whew. Whoa, doctor. Gunna. Folks, we drafted Adley Rutschman and Gunnar Henderson in the same draft. Round 1, round 2. My God, has there ever been a better round 1, round 2 back-to-back draft pick in any draft ever, ever, ever? Yeah, I'd like an insurance run too. Who do we have due up? Who could possibly help us get there? It's going to be Mateo, Mullins, and McCann. 3M Corporation. If anyone gets on, the Milkman. Jonathan Ogden and Ray Lewis was the same draft? Okay. That's pretty darn good. that's hard to argue with. But let's keep it a baseball. Let's keep it a baseball because honestly, it's a lot harder to hit on guys with long careers in a baseball draft. A lot of first round busts versus NFL. NFL has its share of busts, don't get me wrong. But baseball, it really is a crapshoot. Unless you've got the best scouts in the business like the Orioles do. All right. Well, the sub count screen is either frozen or everyone's done for the night. Can I perhaps flat out beg somebody to get to 652? Come on, folks. We're trying to see through a second straight shutout. Third shutout this week, it would be. Or is it 4? Did we shut out the Yankees twice? Or once? I think just once. Yeah, they shut us out once. That's our only shutout of the season. Sam Mull is on the pitch. Just his 4th appearance of the season, left-handed reliever. He's only pitched 3 innings. Has not given up a run. And Mateo is at the plate. After a strike, he takes up and away for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Mateo, leading off the top of the 9th. He's got a home run tonight. That accounts for half of the offense. Did my stream just cut out? Are you kidding me? Come on, get it back up. It's the same song and dance every night. I tell you what, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Craig Kimbrel's getting loose, by the way. Here's a ground ball. Elly De La Cruz across in time to retire the speedy Mateo. I feel like that's the first time I've seen any defensive work from De La Cruz tonight. 1 away in the 9th. Said Mullins will come up. Mullins with a much-needed double in his last at-bat. 1 for 3 tonight. The pitch is called a strike. That was an inch or 2 off the plate. Mullins rolls his eyes. I want to see Mayo up too. Book Doc, it's not cheating. It's actually encouraged. Everybody, if you've got additional accounts, let's get these sub numbers up. Because I'm telling you, folks, once this channel hits 1,000, there's going to be a lot of people who originally would look at a channel like mine and go, it's too small. What is this amateur garbage? And okay, maybe it is amateur garbage. Mullins with a swing and a miss, count 1 and 2. But once you get to like 1,000, once you hit that first K next to your number, people start taking it a little more serious. It's just the way things go. The 1-2 pitch is outside, and the count even up at 2 and 2. Okay, the 2-2 from Sam Mull is hit in the air, left side. Espinal going out and foul ground, and he can't make the play as that ball drifted farther toward the stands and dropped right next to the railing. Espinal, a little bit of a misjudgment, maybe a little bit worried about the railing there. Good news for us. It keeps Mullins at bat alive. A 2-2 count. The pitch. Outside. That'll run the count full. On deck is Brian McCann, or James McCann, right? Yeah, James McCann is on deck. This pitch is hit on the ground to second. A large bounce for India over to first in time. Mullins is down. 2 down in the 9th. And James McCann is going to have to do something or start a 2-out rally for the Orioles to add anything more to this 2-run lead. As Craig Kimbrel, once again, in the bullpen, set to come out to try to finish things off. McCann is 0 for 3 tonight, and he swings and misses at the first pitch, a sinker from Mull at 93 miles an hour. McCann hitting .222. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on McCann. Hey, Mullins has a double tonight. What are you worried about, the man? 0-2 is a little bit high. One-two pitch in the dirt. Count even up at 2-2. 2 out, nobody on, top of the 9th. Orioles ahead 2-0. The Reds only had 2 hits last night. They've doubled that tonight, but have yet to score a run in this series. John Means with 7 illustrious innings of baseball on his return to action in the show. 2-2 on McCann. This is a swing and a miss. McCann goes down, inning over, and here we go. Bottom of the 9th, and wouldn't you know, due up third in the inning, Elly De La Cruz. It's going to be the 9-1-2 hitters for the Reds. Craig Kimbrel. Why is McCann in the lineup? Anyone care to explain? I mean, I can explain why Brandon Hyde does it. I can't explain why it's a good idea. But here's the deal. Against left-handed pitching, it's either we know O'Hearn isn't going to DH. You're never going to see Brandon Hyde start Ryan O'Hearn at DH. So then it's like, well, who do you DH? It's not going to be Ramon Urias. He's better against right-handed pitching anyway. It's not going to be like a McKenna or somebody else. I mean, you could give somebody else a day off from the field and put him at DH. But Hyde looks at it as, I want Adley in the lineup every day. And the only way to do that is to get McCann more games behind the plate. And the best way he sees to do that right now, given the roster he has, is to make McCann the DH. Or excuse me, make McCann play against lefties so that Adley can DH. But here's what happens, folks. The minute Kobe Mayo gets called up, this McCann and then Adley DHing thing is over. Because now we're going to have a legit righty bat that would slot in real nice and would be an upgrade over McCann. Now, maybe that means it's going to take a couple of off days for Adley that wouldn't otherwise be needed because he'll be catching more. But I want him catching more. He's a really good defensive catcher. He handles the pitching staff well. I want him behind the plate more than he has been. So it's not even just about wasting McCann at DH. It's about preventing Adley from playing the position he was born to play. Y'all hear the BirdWatcher right now? Y'all hear what I'm saying? So that's what we need. We need to bring up a right-handed power bat. And gosh darn it, if we aren't lucky enough, we got one. His name is Kobe Mayo. He's raking, and he's ready to go. Here we go. Craig Kimbrel, 425 career saves, tied for 5th all-time. He will move into sole possession ahead of Kenley Jansen if he can get the final 3 outs of this one. and keeping the lead. Jake Fraley on the pinch hit for Stuart Fairchild, a left-handed hitter. He started in right field last night. First pitch to him, check swing in the dirt on that knuckle curve for ball one. And folks, I don't want anything spoiled in the ninth. We're going to the sub screen. I apologize. Here we go. 1-0 is a called strike. The count even up at 1-1. Knuckle curve from Kimbrel. The 1-1. This one's hit hard into right field and down for a hit. A leadoff single for Fraley. The Reds have the leadoff man on, and the tying run coming to the plate, and Elly De La Cruz on deck. Hold on to your seats, folks. Here we go. Here we go. It's not going to be a 3 up, 3 down, strike out the side kind of night for Kimbrel. He's let the leadoff man on. Here's Jonathan India, who's got 2 hits tonight already. First pitch is inside for ball one. Nervous times. The Reds crowd can feel it as well. The 1-0. In the, well, maybe not in the dirt, but low and not even close enough for India to offer at. It's 2-0. Man, oh man, we need a closer A and a closer B. That's what we need. I don't think Kimbrel's washed. I just don't know if he can pitch every other day. Up and in, and it's 3-0. But my God, if he can only pitch every 4 days, that's just not good enough. De La Cruz is on deck. Nobody out. A 3-0 count on India. Called a strike right at the top of the zone. My God. Barely clipped the top of the zone. If it weren't 3-0, that could have been called a ball. Here comes the 3-1. Low for ball 4. And as you would expect, coming up to the plate, representing the winning run, you better believe the crowd at Great American Ballpark is getting hyped. By the way, Bubba Thompson, who would be the tying run, has come on to pinch run at first base, and he's got legs. Man, oh Shevitz. Here we go. Elly steps into the box. Kimbrel toes the rubber, leans in. McCann drops the sign. The first pitch. Swing and a miss. A challenge fastball. Elly with a big cut. I mean, that pitch had a lot of the plate. A little too much for your boy. I wouldn't throw that again. The 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? No. A pitch low and in. De La Cruz tonight is 0 for 3. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. He chased that knuckle curve that dipped below the zone. 2 strikes on De La Cruz. What a moment it is in this ball game. 1-2 the count. The pitch. In the dirt. Not even close. Come on, Kimbrel. We can't afford to waste a pitch. I know you're trying to get him to chase at something that he can't possibly hit, but You got to at least make it something he's going to offer at, man. Now the count is 2-2. The pitch. In there, called strike 3. De La Cruz is frozen on the knuckle curve right down Broadway. For the first out of the inning here in the 9th. What a huge one. We've got the most dangerous bat out of the way. A ground ball now could end this game. Spencer Steer comes to the plate. Oh for 3 tonight. Steer's average now below 240. Kimbrel leans in. From the stretch. The pitch. There's another curve that drops low for ball 1. Kimbrel probably trying to get that ground ball. The 1-0. Outside. 2-0. Man. Man, oh man, oh man. 2-0. We need a strike. The pitch. That's lifted foul off to the right. Pretty good knuckle curve, low and away. Steer reached out for it and can only lift it foul off to the right. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Swung on and fouled back again. 2-2. 2 strikes on Steer. Kimbrel gets the sign. He's in the stretch. The 2-2. Hit hard. Right field. This will drop and get down in front of Santander. Coming around to score is Fraley. And it's a 1-run ball game with the tying run now at third. An RBI single for Spencer Steer. Oh, boy. The Reds have scored their first run of the series, and they are 90 feet away from tying the ball game. What do you do now? There's a meeting on the mound. Kimbrel's gone. That's it. Kimbrel's gone. They will not let him completely blow the game. Although it is his blown save if that runner at third scores. Here we go. Is it a lefty or a righty do up? Are we going Coulomb or are we going Cano? It should be Stevenson, the catcher. I'm not sure. There's already been several pinch hitters used. Bubba Thompson came in. Malley came in. Fraley came in. Yeah, this feels like a spot where we got 2 straight righties. It should be Cano. It should be Cano. Maybe Jacob Webb. I didn't see any. Okay, Cano is already on the screen down here. Cano is on the screen. So we need Cano to come in and give us some of that Orioles magic. My God. Kimbrel. Kimbrel, you looked great the other night. Struck out the side. I'm trying to have your back, buddy. I'm trying to have your back, man. But, you know, results are results. And when we get near October, If I'm not seeing a guy that looks like he can shut the door, I don't. Does anybody feel like they can trust Kimbrel if we're in October right now? Does anybody want the fate of our postseason in the hands of Craig Kimbrel? This is, again, another reason why I think regarding our rotation right now, once everybody is healthy, and you're talking about who goes to the bullpen, I think Tyler Wells might be the answer for us. He has been a closer before. He knows how to be a relief pitcher, and he has proven that he can bounce back and forth between roles without too much of a learning curve. Did anybody even suggest we can go out and trade for Mason Miller right now? I don't think that's happening. Cano out for his 17th appearance. Here we go. First pitch to Stevenson outside for ball one. Oh, boy. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Oh, man. Give me a double play ball. Come on. The 1-0 pitch. Oh, a check on the runner at first. Bubba Thompson back in with a slide, and probably a good idea because Thompson might be thinking he's pretty much just a pinch running specialist on this Reds team. He's in there to run, and it would get him out of the double play situation if he did steal. Here's a swing and a miss. A sinker in on the hands of Stevenson. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The tying run at third. The potential winning run, well, it would be the winning run at first base. The pitch, called, strike 2. A nice sinker that tailed back over the outside corner, and Stevenson's barking a little bit. And that pitch was in there, buddy. Just some nice late movement. You gave up on it. Most people would have. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Oh, that was a sinker that went high, nearly dipped to the top of the zone, but it is upstairs for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Tyler Stevenson. And I'm about to have a heart attack here, man. Come on. Come on, Orioles magic. Feel it happen. Stevenson steps out for a timeout. The 2-2 pitch. Runner goes, and it's not called a strike. That pitch hit the bottom of the zone on the outside corner. Bubba Thompson steals second. That is the winning run. It takes the double play off. And we also got hosed on what would have been strike 3. The infield now has to come in. A full count pitch. Low and away, ball 4. Bases loaded. Orioles 2, Reds 1. The Reds have the tying run at third, winning run at second, and another run at first just for the hell of it. Bases loaded, 1 out. Meeting on the mound, the infield. Drew French having a chat. Encarnacion Strand is the hitter due up. The Reds have already dipped into their bench. I know, Rob. I know. We got hosed again. And it's not just that we get calls against us. They're in such huge spots. I mean, that was strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. That's the tying run still only at second base and not third. I mean, it's everything. Encarnacion Strand walks up to the plate. 1 for 3 tonight. We need a double play or a strikeout or a pop-up on the infield. The pitch, low for ball 1. Your boy's locking in. The 1-0. Lifted in the air, but foul off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike. Can you remind me to breathe too, please? 1-1. The pitch. Hit foul right on the plate, and it might have got McCann up in the upper leg groin area. He says he's okay. 1-2 the count. Please get me a K or a double play. Cantankerous, I hope you're not spoiling anything with that emoji. The 1-2 pitch is hit on the ground, foul off to the left. Still 1-2. Orioles 2, Reds 1. Bottom of the 9th. The Reds had not scored in the series until this inning. Craig Kimbrel came in, was not effective. Cano is now in. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Down goes Encarnacion Strand for out number 2. The Orioles 1 out away from somehow holding on. Can we do it? Can we do it? Jeez Louise, folks, it's Candelario at the plate, now batting from the left side. The first pitch is a called strike, and that might have been low. That might have been low. 0-1. The pitch. Swing, and he chased one way off the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. The Reds down to their final out. Bases loaded. Tying run. Winning run on. Cano trying to save the day. The 0-2 pitch. Popped up. Left field. Cowser waves off everyone. The milkman's got it. And the Orioles find a way. They take the series. They win the first 2 games. Kimbrel was not good, and we still worked around it. I don't know how we won this game. I don't know. I just know Orioles magic is alive and well. Final score, Orioles 2, Reds 1. Holy Toledo. Breathe, everybody. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Holy Toledo. And John Means gets the win. My God, Craig Kimbrel did everything to take that win that Means earned away, but Means 1-0. 7 shutout innings, 8 strikeouts, no walks. 85 pitches. Perez got an inning without a run. Kimbrel stunk. Cano closed the door. Gunnar had a hit. Adley with the big day at the plate. 3 hits, including a bomb. Mateo had his second bomb of the season. Mullins with a double. We only had 7 hits. We only scored a couple of runs, but it was enough. We did it. The Orioles now move to 22-11. What is it? What is it? I thought we came in 10 games over. So are we? Yeah, we're 22-11 now, right? So we're back to winning 2 out of 3 again. Where are we at? What game is this? What is this? Where's the subs? Hold on. What am I looking at here? This will tell me. This is game number 33. So yeah, so we should be 22-11. So we're winning 2 out of 3. We're right back on pace. 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. It's what we do. Oh my God, folks. Your boy is ready to pass out. Game over. Yes, I feel like Jigsaw from the Saw series. Game over. Game over, Cincinnati. You thought you would let the Orioles show up. You didn't take them seriously. But now. Hey, thanks, Solarino. All right, your boy's about to get out of here. One more thing to go over because, again, it's a crazy start time. Let me look at it one more time here just to be sure that I'm telling you the right thing because I'm going to have to set it up here as soon as I sign off. Did a terrific job of keeping us on the edge of your seat. Hey, thank you, Cantankerous. Yeah, so tomorrow's game, crazy start time. Why are they doing this? It is 4:10 p.m. Eastern, so the BirdWatcher will be on at 4 o'clock sharp. Get your fannies on over because your boy, 3:10 a.m. start. What am I supposed to do? You tell me when I sleep for a 3:10 start because obviously I need to be up like 45 minutes at least before to get things ready. I don't know. I'll figure it out. All I know is after this game, after this Sunday game, we got a day off. Your boy will just go into a coma for a day and a half if he has to. But he's going to be here to bring you every game until he freaking just, I don't know, collapses, I guess. All right? I'm done. Smash that like button and sub it up on your way out the door, folks. The Orioles get it done tonight. I don't know how. John Means is back in the mix. Very excited. And we got to start figuring out the pecking order at the back end of our bullpen. All right. Those are the things to talk about. I want everybody to have a good rest of their Saturday night. Get a good night's sleep because we're going to come back and do it again Sunday afternoon. Until then, this has been the BirdWatcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Good night, everybody.